I adored how they reshaped my essence no matter the situation. Echoes of Deceit and Desire on Reddit in 2025. My name is Emma, and this story unfolded not with a fleeting gaze or a stolen kiss. It started with a bottle of wine that had an unusual flavor and the silence of a vacant kitchen where unvoiced emotions hung heavily in the atmosphere. At 36, I traversed the intricate maze of existence, yearning for a connection that transcends the surface. Decade past, I bound myself to a man whose attention has faded into the shadows, leaving only echoes of what once was. I stand at a pivotal moment where every emotion simmers beneath the surface, yet I remain silent, wrapped in the quiet of untold secrets. His steadfast presence kindles a fire deep inside me. He reveals a softness that awakens a hidden desire inside me. He contemplates my role in his schemes, entwining me within the tapestry of his desires. Yet it fades into the shadows when faced with the intoxicating depths of desire. For ages, no one has managed to awaken the depths of my spirit, neither through their utterances nor their deeds. Noah, my partner's brother, stands in sharp relief against my husband. At 29 years old, he navigates the shadows of solitude, dedicating little time to the grind, while savoring fleeting moments of joy and laughter that dance just out of reach. He has always been characterized by his tumultuous essence, his daring freedom, and an enchanting magnetism that captivates those around him. Every encounter with him turns my world into a playground of mischief, where joy flutters around and stories intertwine with a sense of yearning. At times, it ignites an intense yearning within me, while at others, it conjures echoes of a moment when I felt profoundly intertwined with something far beyond myself. Last Friday, he orchestrated an intimate gathering with his friends at our home, all under my husband's approval. As expected, my husband slipped into his dreams long before the night deepened, just as he usually does. As I moved about the kitchen, his soft laughter drifted in from the living room, awakening a hidden yearning inside me. He felt a deep craving to intertwine, yet he instinctively chose the darkness, as was his nature. As the clock struck midnight, I softened the glow, gathered my hair, and readied myself to sweep away the echoes of the night. I discovered myself enveloped in a well-known fabric, one that held me close, in the quiet of my own realm, merging seamlessly with the surroundings, subtle and unplanned. In solitude, I am consumed by an intense yearning that lingers in the air. I pressed on, consumed by the thrill, unaware of the direction or the haunting echo that danced around me. In a heartbeat, they materialized at the edge of the kitchen, igniting a fire within me. 3 vibrant companions of Marco, their glasses nearly drained, shimmered with an electric energy, ignited by the seductive charm of the night. One of them, if memory serves, went by the name Liam. He stared at me with an intriguing fervor, as if he were trying to decode the very essence of who I am. I looked upon her not as just the partner of another, but as if he had unveiled a secret, something I had longed to see without even knowing it. "Forgive me, have we disturbed you?" he inquired, a subtle smile dancing at the edges of his mouth as if teetering on the brink of desire and control. I replied with a touch of hesitation, torn between the impulse to grin and the facade of annoyance. The other 2 reveled in the wine. Liam stood frozen, ensnared in a moment, thick with unvoiced desire. His gaze lingered on me, laden with unexpressed yearning. I tried to maintain an air of normalcy, yet a restless stirring within me betrayed a tension that felt far from ordinary. I was blind to the shadows that lingered beneath my perceptions of you. He spoke with abandon, unshackled by the chains of repercussions. I turned away, pretending not to hear the murmurs that pulled at my soul. Yet my trembling hands revealed secrets in the most unforeseen manner. A drop of wine caressed my cheek, awakening something profound within me. "Permit me to offer my help," he whispered, drawing nearer. Being near her felt like entering a realm brimming with unvoiced desires and concealed realities. This path is solely my own, untouched by his presence. The laughter reverberated through the air. but I remained ensnared in a fog, unable to seize the mirth that fluttered tantalizingly close. They exchanged a playful chuckle, a fleeting instant, brimming with hidden desires. Liam's gaze held me captive, his aura wrapping around me as his alluring fragrance approached. Soft murmurs of wood, the fragrance of warmth, a tapestry of memories. Dearest companions, it seems we might be treading into uncharted territory. He decided to turn his back as one of his companions noted the electric tension in the air. Liam lingered ensnared in a moment that pulsed with thrill and secrecy. His gaze lingered on mine, electric and heavy, with unspoken secrets that ignited a fire deep within. In that moment, he stepped back, an unspoken tension lingering in the air, leaving behind a silence that resonated with unquenched desire. Yet a tantalizing twist emerged. He retreats into the shadows, avoiding the light beyond. With my heart pounding, I climbed the stairs, each step resonating with the intoxicating promise of what awaited me. In the shadowy glow of the room, my husband rested soundly, his back to me, leaving an air thick with unvoiced desire. In the stillness of the room, he slipped into new garments, avoiding the reflection that might reveal the secrets I was too afraid to confront. What he was experiencing was a tempest he could not tame. It was a complex maze of emotions, elusive and hard to grasp, succumb to the intoxicating allure of total fulfillment. A fleeting look sparking the excitement of his presence, emerging from a lapse in attention. Perhaps in the shadows of that night, a delicate crack widened, unveiling secret desires that had been buried for far too long. The next day, the kitchen became a realm of unexpected harmony, as if the past were merely a shadow, yet an intoxicating truth pulsed within my heart. No tangible presence, nothing real. Yet a deep change had awakened inside me, like a sudden fire sparking in a concealed corner, shedding light on the depths of desire. In the dimly lit corridor, I stumbled upon Noah, a surprise that sent a thrill through the air. He conveyed his appreciation for my part in igniting the meeting's spark. He wrapped me in a gentle embrace, oblivious to the fact that a single revelation could unravel everything he knew. Liam reclined on the sofa, enveloped in a haze of silent desires. Amidst the laughter he unveiled that figure is eternally in flux. I lost myself in the pages of stories untold. As those words enveloped me, a tension seized my core, awakening something primal inside. In a surprising instant, a soothing tide enveloped me, as though his name had lingered in the shadows of my mind since the twilight hours of yesterday. As dawn broke one by one, the friends began to drift away, each departure steeped in a silent yearning. I once hesitated to delve into the shadows that beckoned. Meeting him was the very last thing I craved. Perhaps it was simply destined to be, and that's why the decision of attire hung in the atmosphere, thick with unvoiced desires. Yet it revealed itself to be in vain. As I made my way down to brew a cup of tea, I unexpectedly encountered it in the kitchen, a fleeting moment that ignited a hidden fire inside me. Only, as he savored a sip of his coffee, a spark ignited within him, and he greeted Emma with a warmth that hinted at hidden desires. I extended a chill welcome, masking the chaos that churned inside me. Did you discover comfort in the tender arms of slumber last night? With a sly grin, he unveiled that it was the sole option that resonated with authenticity. Perhaps I allowed my emotions to spiral out of control last night. A heavy silence cloaked the atmosphere. Have I unveiled an emotion that has awakened a hidden desire within you? With his gaze locked on the chalice, he summoned the courage to articulate the hidden desire. Would it linger in your thoughts to have stepped over that boundary? I replied. He looked at me with those vibrant, intense, and captivating eyes. He lingered in the stillness, a storm of hidden desires, churning inside him. It would carry a weight of deep meaning for me. In that moment, an intense desire surged within me. It was an intricate web, a seductive interplay of desire and hidden secrets. It was a reality cloaked in playful banter, a moment thick with unvoiced desire. That was unmistakably genuine. It was a sensation I had also experienced when he hinted at now, though he left it unspoken. I feigned a quest within the pantry, my heart pounding with unvoiced desire. Nothing unfolded, Liam. He unveiled his comprehension through those words heavy with unvoiced desire. Yet the unseen still carries a burden that resonates profoundly. I allowed the heat to cascade down my throat and elicit excitement surging within me. I tried to end the dialogue, but he moved closer. The time had not yet come for me to surrender to the desire that simmered beneath the surface. He moved with an air of innocence, oblivious to the murmurings of deceit that lingered in the air. He cloaked his words in a hushed tone, revealing them solely in the embrace of secrecy. If you were to wander into another realm at a different time, would your emotions for me waver? I observed the scene unravel my heart, a chaotic mix of desire, deception, and unease. I held my tongue. It seemed completely out of reach. A tantalizing smile danced upon his lips, suggesting the secrets of desire lurking just out of sight. He bared his deepest emotions and then vanished, leaving behind an intoxicating aura of unquenched desire. The day unfurled, echoing with an alluring sense of déjà vu. Though the surface seemed perfect, the reality hovered in the darkness, murmuring tales of desire and hidden cravings. It wasn't my doing. My mind was a storm of yearning whispers. It is entirely unrelated to him, not because of his tender age. I had lost touch with the thrill of chasing something intangible, yet here I was, facing an unexpected desire. The unavoidable encounter. To experience that thrill again. The inescapable allure of awareness. To surrender to the intoxicating allure of intimacy. To indulge in the allure of ephemeral gazes and silent desires, free from the burdens of duty or the shackles of connection. That night, I slipped into a black dress, feeling the weight of unvoiced desires wrap around me, untouched by others, as my heart yearned to be held. Upon hearing the news, my husband, as is his custom, slipped away into his slumber. I slipped into the twilight, searching for comfort in a glass of wine, each sip a murmur of desire and hidden aspirations, an emptiness brimming with silent desires. Every thought enveloped him a tempest of desire and silent cravings. In that moment, the subtle groan of the door sliced through the silence, awakening a hidden desire within me. I lose myself in the pages of stories untold. Once again, I find myself entangled in the pursuit of my elusive wallet. With a hushed fervor, he disclosed I sense it may be lurking for me in the kitchen. As I slipped away, I abandoned a fragile vessel, my mind wandering far from the fleeting connection we once embraced. This morning I set it at the edge, a quiet tribute to the desires that hover in the dim corners of my mind. He drew nearer, his composure. Unwavering yet hidden beneath was a storm of desire brewing inside him. Today I see you in a way that ignites a fire inside me. My situation lingers unchanged. I uttered a truth cloaked in deception. Do you genuinely hold faith in this? The way he expressed it, the tantalizing depiction, the nuance in every breath. Each encounter was a seductive game, wrapped in courteous exchanges, a tension that left me confused and craving clarity. I decided to clasp my arms firmly, a blend of rebellion and desire woven together. This sensation is both forbidden and exhilarating, yet it confronts us boldly. We lingered in that space silence, wrapping around us like an unspoken desire. It lingers tantalizingly out of grasp. I suppressed a tremor that had little to do with dread. It was an insatiable desire. In that ephemeral moment before unveiling my deepest desires, I climbed the stairs, my heart pounding with unuttered yearning. Even as I confronted the now, a profound yearning sigh resonated deep within my soul. It lingered in the shadows. He decided to let it linger in the shadows. His voice was a gentle sigh, slipping through his lips like a secret. Do not close yourself off completely. I made certain the entrance to my refuge was securely closed, gently barred from intrusion. In the quiet of the night, I contemplated the concealed corners of my being that had unexpectedly awakened. That night was steeped in restless chaos. Perhaps I became entwined in the dancing shadows, cast by the candle's glow, surrendering to the night. In my room, the atmosphere was heavy with unvoiced desires, each one choking the very air that surrounded me. I reclined, eyes fixed on the ceiling, relishing the quietude that surrounded me, a silence that echoes profoundly, a stillness thick with desire. Uncertainty hung thick in the atmosphere as I contemplated if Liam still lingered below. I found myself ensnared in a tempest of doubt, pondering if he had genuinely vanished. I found myself pondering the hidden motives behind his departure. In the quiet of dawn, I awoke at 3, compelled by an insatiable thirst that murmured hidden desires as I grasped for a glass of water. I drifted through the darkness, my soles caressing the chilled ground, surrendering to the seductive hush of the unseen realm. I lingered in the kitchen, ensnared in a fleeting moment of contemplation. The glass quivered in my hold, mirroring the chaos that churned inside me. In that ephemeral moment, he appeared kindling a flame that awakened a hidden desire within me. In the shadowy glow, nestled in the same spot as always, an unmistakable tension hangs thick in the atmosphere. Liam's presence ignited a hidden fire within him the moment our paths intertwined. Silence wrapped around the moment, thick with unvoiced desire. His gaze locked onto mine, setting ablaze a fire that smoldered in the depths of my being. I too decided to remain silent. I simply slipped away for just a heartbeat. I poured myself a drink, the glass glistening with the allure of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Finally, with a soft murmur, he disclosed that he had been there all the while. An intoxicating realization enveloped me, and I felt compelled to nod in quiet recognition. It seemed completely beyond my reach. What ignites this desire deep inside, I couldn't turn my back without discovering if your heart echoed my own. I watched as the scene unraveled. I gripped the glass with a fierce intensity. I decided to forego any drink. What if we surrender to the moment I poured out my soul with every breath? In that fleeting instant, I decide to linger. Avoid excessive theatrics, as an undeniable essence hangs in the air, revealing the intricacies of the spirit, while welcoming every nuance of darkness and brilliance that resides within. I whispered gently to myself that this was a moment that transcended all logic. It was fueled by my own yearning for comfort rather than for his benefit, yet it looms before us. He advances unwavering while our gazes close in a quiet submission. He stays silent, a tempest of hidden emotions raging inside him. His gaze lingered on me thick with unvoiced desire. He insisted that his aim was never to unravel the fabric of Emma's existence. I have come only to seize a moment that I refuse to let fade into the shadows. In that ephemeral moment, an intense revelation enveloped me. It was not Liam who ventured into the shadows of desire and intrigue. I was the one who lingered burdened by the heaviness of silent desire. It was my decision, my desire. The burden of countless unspoken moments, stripped of desire, confined to the shadows of a dutiful spouse, enveloped me like a suffocating soaked shroud. He personified that secret haven, where if just for a fleeting moment, I could fully grasp the core of my femininity. Silence wrapped around us, thick with secrets yearning to be revealed. The move was unnecessary to follow through with. He stood from the chair, a wave of desire enveloping him. I remained paralyzed, caught in the moment. The space that separated us was slight, yet the silence echoed with unvoiced secrets and concealed desires. There lingered a void of passionate commitment, devoid of spontaneous gestures that might reveal concealed desires. A subtle change awakened within me, an unvoiced metamorphosis that hung in the atmosphere despite the absence of any concrete occurrence. Though the tangible bond many hoped for remained elusive, an unvoiced comprehension flourished between us, rich and intense, a transient instance of profound intimacy. In the silence that lingered, he slipped away, cloaked in secrets, yet to be revealed. He softly nudged the chair aside, a subtle echo of his presence still hanging in the air. I lingered in that shadowed space, It's time to rise from the shadows of desire. Immerse yourself in the depths of being responsible for the intricate dance of fate, liberated from constraints, caught in a tempest of intertwined desires. The next day, Noah approached me with that same enticing familiarity. As the week began, my husband unveiled his musings on the gathering, as I indicated my agreement with delicate gestures and started to craft the day's initial feast. An eerie feeling of disconnection enveloped me, as though a fragment of my essence had quietly drifted away. It does not emerge from a realm of contempt. It is not a question of treachery. It was not just the thrill of eyes upon me, but the deep understanding that after an eternity, I genuinely felt acknowledged. There's a certain tension that lingers when I try to engage with my husband's sister. The wife lingers in a realm beyond sustenance, embodying the very spirit of womanhood. Liam stayed away, cloaked in darkness forever, evading the echoes of a past that haunted him. Still, the intensity of his stare, the carefully selected phrases, and the lingering memory of that night echo in my soul. They hovered in that tantalizing realm. As time drifted forward, the well-worn rhythms of existence returned. But beneath the facade, a tempest of hidden desires started to stir, at least in what is unveiled. My husband has slipped back into his old ways. On the weekends, Noah unleashed a tempest of exhilaration and chaos, awakening feelings that had been hidden away, while I remained steadfast in my artistry, my habits, my sacred rites. Yet an intense transformation had begun to stir deep within me. It was not because of the intoxicating surge of desire that had captivated my senses. It emerged without a trace of regret. It was far more complex than that. It was the moment to embrace the thrill of existence liberated from all limitations and approvals. Destiny has woven a barrier preventing our paths from intertwining with Liam again. Noah overlooked that vital nuance. I decided to remain silent. We both knew that in a story woven like ours, quietude was the sole agreement we could forge. One weekend, as I was immersed in the ordinary chore of polishing the glasses in the kitchen, Noah emerged, his smile igniting a flicker of something unforeseen. Liam was entranced by the enigma that surrounded you. He unveiled his emotions raw and unfiltered. Is this truly happening? I masked my surprise. He suggested that he felt a shift brewing inside you. What secrets did your heart murmur in that brief moment? What secrets linger just out of sight? The disclosure struck me like a thunderbolt, leaving me breathless. Noah had unknowingly exposed a secret that ignited a tempest of feelings deep within him. One can convey an essence of intimacy that is unmatched and profoundly valued by another, without the need for a kiss. Time drifted each day, merging into the next, each month, a soft murmur of desire. The house stood resilient, a silent witness to the murmurs of desire and concealed realities that lingered within its walls. In a similar manner, my bond remained shrouded in shadows to mass. Perhaps there lies a deep bond, an unvoiced comprehension that souls nurture as their journeys entwine through time. At times he observed me from a distance, as if wrestling with a change that had unfolded deep within him. In my own journey, this distance transformed into a seductive path for him to explore the hidden corners of his emotions. I have always hovered in the darkness, anticipating the instant to step into the light. I have always kept his trust hidden from the light. Yet in that moment, a piece of my soul slipped into the shadows, and he vanished into the shadows. Not for him, please. It was through him that I discovered the hidden desires within me, long shrouded by the echoes of the past. I decided to keep that secret hidden, cradling it deep within the shadows of my soul. As I return to the kitchen, a thick stillness surrounds me, and the eerie recollection of that chair, gliding away, echoes in my mind. In the dim light of dusk, a chalice brimming with fluid, concealing secrets of profound feeling. The silent inquirer, would it persist if the circumstances shifted? The unvoiced reply echoing softly in the depths of my soul. An unspoken desire that lingered in the shadows. In moments where silence speaks louder than words, the hidden truths linger, etching their presence deep within the soul. There are instances in existence when the quiet conveys profound truths. They linger in the shadows, veiled from the gaze of the world. The murkiness of the explanation casts shadows over understanding, yet they remain entwined in shadows. Though concealed from the world's watchful eyes, they profoundly transform our introspection, igniting intense feelings within us. Sometimes the most profound scars remain concealed, echoing within the depths of one's being. It is a crack in the soul's core, an unspoken promise hidden in every glance, a relentless murmur that resonates within the shadows of desire. A door left slightly open, suspended in a breath of uncertainty. The heavy tension hangs, leaving you to ponder if deception was at play, or if you've ignited a fervor that was once hidden deep within. What are your thoughts on it? Infidelity often ignites from a fervent temptation or a secret that haunts the soul. I beckon you to unveil your musings in the whispers below. Your experiences possess the power to awaken desire and evoke profound feelings in those around you. If this tale stirred something within you, I invite you to become part of our circle by subscribing to the channel, activating notifications, and sharing this video with those who may find comfort in its shadows. In this realm, every narrative thrums with its own secret seduction. Each spirit conceals a narrative aching to be revealed amidst the murmur of desire. Until we meet again, your presence here ignites a palpable tension that lingers in the air.